Okay, we should be live again. It's my arm here, but I'm just checking if the volume etc. seems to be working. But yeah, it does seem to work. So yeah, I'm assuming everything's in order. So yeah, I will preface this stream by saying that I'm extremely exhausted. Like my muscles and stuff are like extremely weary. I feel like an old man. But yeah, I guess the first thing I was thinking we could do, because when I was looking at from this side here, the filter cloth we placed, you can see that there's like this, one of the cloths is slightly, I think, like short. It's not that, I don't think it would make a difference, but we have the roll there really close to it, so we never finished. Stream is never finished. Amanda got me watching. I see Sebastian is immediately here, very nice. But yes, I was thinking that we could like cut in a small amount of fabric there to fix this line. So I guess we'll start with that. Then I think most of the stream will be just me driving with the Avant machine and getting that pile of gravel that's still there inside here. We have still the mystery of this corner area, because I can see no picture. Am I broken or? But you mean there's no picture on the stream? What is this? Can you hear me still? That's a weird one. Let's see. It seems to be working for me. Like I'm looking at the stream from my phone and it appears to be working. I'm trying to turn around to see if it actually moves or not. Oh yeah, it does, because there's the delay. There's a delay for me. But yeah, I think it might be on your end then. Yeah, maybe restarting, yeah. It's also weird that like on my phone app you just immediately change the color. Like your chat name is immediately in a different color. So that's a weird one. But yeah, for me on my phone it seems to be working. But yeah, most of the stream will be me driving with the Avant machine. Just getting that pile of gravel there. Because the next thing is that we order more gravel, and we were hoping that they would like reverse it from the road all the way here, because that's what the ramp there is for. So my father made a ramp like that for that purpose. Picture is fine. I got bamboozled, I see. Well, it's a good thing that you always let me know if there's some issues, because it will be interesting to try fix those on the fly. But yeah, luckily that means that the issue is fixed. But so you see here that because again, like you can see the corner post, that white marker there, the stick pointing upwards, that's the corner of the house. So it's already like the filter cloth is underneath the house, so that's no biggie. But for me it's like an ISO, and also like it's better to have more than not enough, I guess, is my motto in everything. So we'll cut in a slice of this fabric to fill that corner there, or like the edge there. So we'll take a slice of this. Try not to smack the plum tree too hard with it. But yeah, that will be fine length. But yeah, so I will then start driving with the Avant machine, and we'll have some Avant ASMR like we've had earlier many a times. But this time it will be me on the Avant machine, so there's like I can actually talk. Cause I think it was it yesterday or the day before that we had actually I think it was on Thursday that we had my father driving the Avant machine, so there was no no commentary, but there was still the Avant ASMR, so you got the next best thing. I feel like doing this underneath the plum tree might not be the wisest nor the easiest move. Hello? Let's see if I can move the roll. It shouldn't be too heavy anymore since it's almost out. Like we're almost done with it. You can see how absolute wonky I made this cut once again. Can't believe this. Let's see if we finish in style. There we go. So now we have a pictures. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm mixing Stupastien and Sergeant Gatak. They're both the same color for me. But yeah, hello Sergeant Gatak. How are you? I have to say it's a somewhat of a low energy stream today because my body is so weary. I'm an old man. But yeah, so I'll put in this filter cloth to the side here because it's looking like there might not be enough of it. I think there still is, but just to be safe. Just to be safe with it. So we'll place it here. Then we'll just get a shovel and throw some gravel on it so that it doesn't move about. So you can truly see that I absolutely messed up with the cut here. Not too bad maybe. Also, I'm basically here to just say hi. I need to run off soon. What are you working on now? What are you working on now? Going well, but looks like a lot has happened. Yeah, so today's agenda, or like what we're hoping to achieve today, is get the last of that gravel pile inside here. Basically doesn't really matter at like where do we put it, because you can see there's like sort of like hills hills in here, so we would need to get all of that in level. So I think we'll get the rake and run with that a bit at some point, but I don't think that will be today. So for today I'm hoping to just get that rest of that pile of gravel to inside here, because then we'll just order more gravel and hopefully the guys can drive in here and just, you know, drop the gravel already inside so that we don't have to drive back and forth with the Avant machine. Because I think yesterday you might have seen that with the Avant machine, when you drive from there, you like bring along with you some like sand and dirt, so that we don't want that to be like keep being the case. So for that reason we want the gravel to be inside here and not having to think about bringing in dirt and stuff. Because again, the whole point of this thing is that we don't want this gravel to mix with the sand or like the dirt here. So if we bring in the dirt, that like defeats the purpose that the cloth is here for. But yeah, no worries. You can. It's nice that you got to say hello and be here for however long you can. Appreciate it. But yeah, leave the knife here because I don't need it anymore. Now take the shovel to throw some gravel on that new cloth I just placed, so that it doesn't start moving on its own. Because I guess these are like light enough that the wind and stuff may blow them around. So for that reason it's better to just throw in some, because even a small amount of gravel keeps them in place after they just have some weight on them. And it's also like, if I then come with the Avant machine and put in some more gravel, there's less risk of it now moving on its own. Looks cool. I gotta head off now, but nice seeing you making progress. I'll catch you on the next stream. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for popping by. But yeah, it's looking like we're making progress, and it feels like we're finally making hella progress, but I guess it will slightly slow down, I guess, now since that I'm alone here now for like the next week. I think there will be a friend of mine on here on Wednesday, so hopefully we get stuff here that we can do together, because I guess again the work phases that need to be done now are mostly ones that I'll do alone anyways. So like yesterday when like the last bit of stream was my father driving with the Avant machine alone, I was hardly needed there. So it will be similar, that it's basically a one-man job going forwards now, at least for some time. There's still plenty of things I could like do instead of the Avant machine stuff. For example, I could measure the spots where these French drain thingies come in. So that's another thing I will do. But I'm thinking I would maybe do that on Tuesday. Because I'm thinking of having a day off tomorrow to rest my weary bones. So I don't think there will be a stream tomorrow, but then another one on Tuesday. I think the forecast said that it will rain on Thursday, I think it was. But I guess if we get more gravel by then, it doesn't matter if it rains, if I'll just, move it about. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about the next week when we get there. But yeah, so I guess it's now time to drive with the Avant machine again. I hope the scoop is the correct one. So we have this wider scoop that we can use to move the gravel about. So yeah, I guess there's no excuses. The faster I start, the faster I'm out of here. Because I have to say that after yesterday and the day before, I feel like I've gotten older by like 10 years. Or basically I feel like I've been at the gym since like after a long time of not being on the gym. Are you on holiday at the moment? Yeah, I will be on holiday for next week. So like I think it was like from Monday to Wednesday will I be on holiday, and then I'll have one day of like day offs on Thursday, so like from overtime. So like saldopäivä in Finnish. And so that's the only holidays I have so far marked, but I do have like the whole of like this year's summer holidays to use. So like 4 weeks of summer holidays I can still put on. But I'll need to think on like how do I use those, because I think the previous way I was using those holidays that I will only take like Thursday off and then like work on from Monday to Wednesday and then just have like a long weekend from Thursday to Sunday. I think those were working quite nicely. So I think I would ask if it's okay that I would use like some of my summer holidays so that I would only have like Thursdays off for multitudes of weeks. Because again, like if I only take Thursdays off and I have like 24 days of like summer holidays with like Saturdays counting as well, so like 4 weeks total, that would mean like a 1 week of holiday would be like five Thursdays. So if I only took Thursdays off, so we'll see what they say about that. But that would be like maybe the best for me, seeing that how this works quite nicely when I'm only working on this plot for like Thursday to Sunday. Because with the like the emotional, I think physical toll, it would be nice to have like early weeks of like only working at like my actual job, because it's sitting by a computer, so then I would have like time for my body to recover. So for that sake it would be nice to have the holidays so that I would only be like on holidays every Thursday, because again I don't work on Fridays, so for that reason I would only need the Thursdays off to have those long weekends. How can it be so hard to say one word? Can't believe this. But yeah, so we'll see what they say about that suggestion. But yeah, I'm hooking you guys up onto the Avant, so you'll get the copyrighted, trademarked Avant perspective. The cable is twisted, so spook it. You got some face reveals there, right? Because I had to spin you around. I'm trying to see if there's enough cable. There should be, because I feel like this is the same cable I've used before. So there's hardly an excuse why there wouldn't be. again the mount is fighting a bit. Let's see if I can get you guys on it. That sounded like way too loud for the snap, but I guess you guys are on now. That feels like it's working. Trying to see what the angle would be. Like where would you guys want to be? I guess that's not too bad. Something like this maybe. But yeah, I noticed Sebastian that you'll be on like quite a long holiday starting quite soon. Is that right? I think I checked the calendar some time ago. And you were leaving, I guess, when I'm coming back from my holiday, so after next week. Any holiday plans? Any holiday plans you want to share? But yeah, I guess there's nowhere around. We just need to go inside. Can't remember how I got into here because it's higher up than I remembered. I feel like I might actually go and get something to drink while I'm here. Maybe I'll go sip a little bit of water so that my voice doesn't go out immediately. Because I have to talk louder than the Avant machine is after I put it on. So 5 weeks from 18th. I see. So you'll be there for. That's a mad long holiday. But yeah, so I did look correctly because I think that's what I noticed. Because I was again like planning on how would I keep mine. Because for this construction, I don't think having it like 4 weeks in a row is as like beneficial as having, like I mentioned, only the Thursdays off for like the rest of the year basically. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the manager thinks about that idea. Although I think the manager of mine is also leaving on holiday like the same day as I'm coming back, so it could be that there's no one telling me if that's a good idea or not. We go to Estonia and Tampere for a week or so. Okay, that's nice. That sounds good. Like a week or so. I'm assuming, is it a week for both or like week for each? Because I think either way, like if you have 5 weeks of holiday, I think that still sounds good. Whether it's like 2 weeks total of like traversing or just like a week in total. I guess again, like there's this thing of like timing your trips, because I feel like there's a difference on like starting your holidays with a trip somewhere and then like ending your holidays with a trip somewhere. I feel like there's a massive difference between those two. But I guess it depends on like where you're going and what sort of holiday is it. Because I feel like the easiest way to start, like get into sort of like a holiday mood, is to start with a trip somewhere. But I could also see like that you would just like to like cool down before you go anywhere. So I feel like there's a argument made for both of those. But yeah, so you guys should be seeing the Avant POV. Curious because such a heavy squeaking noises, but I wonder where that's coming from, because I think it might be sounding to me like it's from like the door, but I don't know if it is. But yeah, let's go guys. I think I did put the sign away, so the sign that would again dox me. I think I laid it to the side there, face down, so it shouldn't be in the way. Shouldn't be in the way to dox me when we drive here. Yeah, start with the trip is great. Yeah, that's, I think, for me at least, that's how I would always prefer it. Well, I think most cases, again, I can't say always because it would depend a bit on the trip again, but I think most of the cases that would be how I would prefer it. Just checking that the sign is there, that it's the right way around. Yeah, it is. That's good. Yeah, I'll try and smack the scoop a bit so that I would like drop the few bits of sand in there, but I don't know if that's happening or not. Might be that these are like stuck. Yeah, it's looking like they are, so never mind then. But yeah, so the goal is to basically drive into this pile of gravel in hopes of trying to get a scoop or two out of it until it runs out. There's not that much left, so I'm not assuming a long stream today. I'm actually also hoping that it won't be a long stream because again my body is weak. So I wouldn't complain if this was only a scoop or two, but I can already see that it will be, I would assume maybe like 10 scoops or so. Definitely not like a 2 scoop thing here. Trying to see what the angle should be, because again my father is the more experienced one with these. Did I actually just shut it down? I think I did. So yeah, I was too aggressive with it. But it's just that I've seen my father do it like this, so he just rams in there. I guess I was too eager with my ramming. But yeah, the question is, I guess, how big of a scoop can we take compared to like if you saw how big my father managed. Because again, I could like go again, but still I don't know if I could get any more. I guess like we could try. Because again, the bigger scoops we get, the less we have to drive back and forth. So for that reason, like it would be good to get larger scoops. We actually did manage quite nicely. Because again, if we take it like too big of a scoop, we'll just like drop it when we drive it. Because again, I already see, I think you can see it, that it's dropping from the side there. Because there's like these griddles there. That I think they're already like dropping from there. So I don't think we can take any more than that. Now we just hopefully get it delivered without spilling too much. You can hear the rat noises again. This is actually licensed to be driven on the roads too, so even if someone would come here and be like, wait, you're driving on the road, that would not be an issue, because this thing is like registered for driving on the road as well, so that's like legal too. I'm trying to drive somewhat slowly on this ramp here because I don't want to like dig my tires into it. So that when the guy's coming and we ask that, can you please deliver the gravel inside here already, and they're looking at like there's some big bumps and stuff, so they wouldn't be like, hell no, not with how you messed it up. So for that reason I'm trying to keep it nice and smooth when I'm driving here. Trying to put in a, I don't know, maybe not an even layer, but like at least not one big pile, so that it would be more so some gravel here and there than just like one massive pile somewhere. I guess that wasn't too bad for an amateur at least. Also trying not to make like stationary turns here, because again, like the way that these tires don't actually like rotate, it only like just twists from the middle I feel like with that it's like grinding sort of like on the gravel there, so with that I don't want it to be grinding too hard on the fabric, because I don't know how thick of a layer of gravel we have like at every place that we have gravel, so for that sake I'm trying to keep it moving while I'm turning, because that decreases the pressure it causes quite significantly, I think, at least. So for that reason I'm trying to keep it like that. Taking it from the side here, let's see if we can take some more. I feel like there's definitely some more that we can take, unless we actually fumble it. Hello? We'll just have to lower this. I guess it's not too bad. Someone coming in with a stroller, so I'll have to be quick. Someone coming in with like a child stroller, I don't know what those are called, but pushing a child. Because we are going back and forth with the on the road there, so I'm trying to see if there's like people moving with cars, etc., so that we are mindful of others. Because there's, maybe you can see there's like people biking here and stuff, so we don't want to be a nuisance. But yeah, you can definitely see it's not looking like the professional level my father was driving here with, but it's maybe not as bad as I had like feared, that when I'm doing this alone it will be like one pile here and then like some massive gap and then another pile there. So I guess it's better than I had feared. Yeah, it will definitely take us, I think, more than 10 times that to eventually get through this pile of gravel. I guess the question is whether we come from like this side too. I guess we could. I don't think it matters so much like which angle we come for it. I guess the only thing here is that we don't know where the dirt comes in. So what's the because this is again washed gravel, so gravel that shouldn't have anything larger than 6 millimeters in diameter inside it, so we don't want to be scooping the ground around it. Although I have to say that we can leave quite a substantial pile here, because we can then use that, like the gravel that has already mixed with something else, we can use that later, so we'll only take the clean bits. Parts, only use those here, because again we'll order more of this gravel and we need plenty of it, so no need to use the sandy bits. Let's put in some more here. The rest we can yeet at the back of that side there. I feel like driving back and forth with this will also help with like leveling this. So for that sake, I guess it's just driving back and forth would also be good. Although I don't know how much of it will actually be like leveling and how much of it just will be like making tire marks. Because again, if there's like hardly any gravel in there, I don't think it will like push it from the sides, like fill it. But yeah, I think the goal of today is to just get all that gravel inside here, and we'll worry about the level later then. Yeah, I guess we can go from this side. I don't think it really matters what side we go on from, but it's like shorter to go from here, so I guess for that reason it makes sense to. Getting quite decent scoops. But yeah, again, as you can see, there's this blue protective film there, like this plastic thingy there, and I think that one too will be a sacrificed one, because again, with the sand one we have there next to the caravan, that one has already been pierced so many times that I don't think there's much that we can use it for. And I think this one will be the same, because my father did mention that he noticed when he was driving here that sometimes when the tires spin empty, so like spin stationary, they like rips the fabric there. So I think for that reason it's already been pierced enough that we won't be using it. I don't know how much of these sides we need to fill, but I guess for the French drain pipes it would make sense to go like harder on the sides here, like fill them more, because that's where they will be at. So for that we can then like level them easier when there's more material to work with. So I guess for that reason it would make sense to start with the sides here. Although again, if we order in like a pile of this stuff, I think this side will be easier to fill than the garage side. So for that reason, I guess we could actually try and focus more on the garage side. So where the secondary building is, instead of this main building area where we are currently at. So yeah, we'll do that. Again, trying to go gently up this hill to not mess it up too bad, this ramp here. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how can I like take the rest of because again it goes lower and lower the more we get. So I guess it will only get harder the further we get with this scooping business. But yeah, it will also be interesting because my father mentioned that with the sand thing that I think we need to shovel the rest of the sand because it's so close to the plastic fabrics thingy there that if you go in and like try with this Avant machine, we're just ripping the plastic cover there. So for that reason, like you would need to finish it with a shovel And I feel like the same would be here because there's again like this same kind of blue plastic wrapper there, like a protector thingy. So I feel like it's the same thing there as well, that it will be interesting to see how can we shovel the rest of it. Trying to get some gravel around the pipe there, because it's like you can see the fabric is showing there. But yeah, again, I don't think mine is too. It's again, there's like a pile there and pile here, but I guess can't really complain. It's me who's to blame here for this amateur work. Try and fill the corner there. It will be interesting because I don't want to ram that pipe. No, we actually don't have any more gravel with us, so that so much for filling that corner there. At least you can just shovel it in the scoop. Yeah, that is actually true. Yeah, that will be like so much faster than just like shoveling it wherever. So yeah, that is very much true. That I can just like have this nearby and just use the shovel, so that I just throw it in here instead of like carrying it with a shovel all the way to this pit here. But yeah, this ramp thing here seems to be holding up quite well, so I'm happy about that. That's a decent scoop already. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's getting any like smaller, the pile. I guess you can see that like the scoops from different directions, but it's hard to say the height, like how much is still left, because I think the side there it has like lots and lots still on there, but that's something I'm slightly worried about, like trying to scoop it from that side. I don't want this Avant machine to be like sideways, like falling over sideways with this thing. So hopefully that won't happen. Let's try again and feel the side of this pipe here. I feel like the angle is a bit wrong. I could maybe come from a different angle, but I can drive from the side there. But yeah, stupid, if you ever want to drive around with this kind of machine, there's now your opportunity. You can always volunteer. See if we fill the side from this way, if that will do anything. Well, that's a massive pile. And well, there we go, I think. It's all good, I guess. Because I feel like the only issue that we could create for ourselves is if we make these piles too large here, so that this Avant machine can like drive over them. But I think for that we would need to like make some enormous piles. So I'm hoping there's no risk of that happening here. But yeah, it's also like getting somewhat warm inside here, inside this cabin. That's a decent scoop. Decent scoop there. How much of the ASMR can you hear? I'm assuming it's the same as before, so like all these engine sounds, etc. That all of that is something you can hear. I could use a little happy time, but man. I feel like this is something that I, for example, would enjoy doing more than if I just, didn't have to do it. So if it would be just like something that I could go in, like do once or twice. Even though, of course, like there's still like the practice, etc. But I can already say that, like just from using this for like that few hours and like that when I started out, that you can already see the progress, how much faster you get the hang of it, sort of. I wouldn't like compare it to like learning how to ride a bike, because I think that's something that some people would maybe do, but I feel like it's a bit different. But I guess it is similar in how you like, after you get the hang of it, you sort of like, it comes to you somewhat naturally. But I'm a bad example in that because I suck at riding bikes, so for me I guess riding bike doesn't come too naturally. Well, I think this might be like more natural to me. But it would also be interesting too, because I mentioned that there might be my friend coming in on Wednesday to help with this and like this construction project, and it's Sheman Poraki from chat. So, and those that have been here and listened carefully know that he drives like excavators for a living, like sort of like an excavator, so for like ships and stuff. So he's there digging like ports and stuff, so mainly like on the ocean. So it's not like an excavator like we have here, but more like a one on like floating on the sea, but it still has the same controls as an excavator. So it would be interesting to put Sheman Poraki here on and drive this thing and see how fast he would like adapt to these controls here. Because again, like with the excavator, it's similar like a joystick and stuff, but it's just that it might be different, like which direction does what and those kind of things. Quite chill sounds to me. Okay, that's good. I guess the going up the ramp is the one time that it seems to be suffering slightly, and I guess the other time is when I ram into this pile here. That's the second moaning sound that this Avant makes. I think we could maybe try to take a few more scoops from this, how I just did it, and then I guess I would also be interested to see how it would work to go from that side, if we could get like the rest of it. I guess it's a decent scoop already. But yeah, the one thing I was thinking of doing today is I was talking yesterday that I could maybe make a stand for the signs of this construction sign that we have to have here. So I was thinking of making a stand for it, so like sort of like legs or like skids, I guess would be more of a word for it. So I was thinking of making those, but unfortunately the treated lumber they sell at the hardware store near to us, it's too long that it doesn't fit inside my van, so we weren't able to get those today. I will be renting like a trailer on Friday, because again we have to return this Avant machine for the weekend to my parents' place. So I was thinking that since I will already be renting that trailer, that I could also use that to get some of that lumber. So we'll see if we can then continue or like work on that stand. Again, I don't think I can do it on stream. I guess the every other part I could, but the final part where I attach it to the sign, that's not something I should do on stream again, because it doxes me. So trying to see that I'm not reversing into any pipes. So I again I would like to drop some gravel around this pipe here, but I don't know how much more I have on me. I think this is actually working quite nicely. There we have it. But yeah, I have the side window open now because of the heat, but it keeps like opening and closing because of this movement that this machine makes. So it's hardly doing much ventilation for me here. I guess that's the only like improvement I would like, if they were to ask from Avant machines, like what should they do with these, like how could they improve it. I would say that the way that this side window thing works, that you could maybe, because I know in like excavators there's this option that you can like open the door and it locks on the like open face as well, so you can either have it like closed and it stays closed, or then you can have it open all the way and it stays open all the way. So I think that would be something they could improve on. You can see that these scoops of mine are like off center, so there's like less on the right side. I don't know why that is. If maybe I'm not driving in there like straight enough or something. That's it. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't have enough time to make the second driveway, because we will have two driveways to this plot of land. So there will be one from this side where we're not driving in from, and then there will be another where the garage will go into. So on that side there where we're going right now. So from here there's another driveway. So that's something we'll need to work on eventually. That's something I'm hoping my father would come in and help with, because I feel like it would help to have someone with more accuracy when working with this machine. But I'm trying to fill this garage side, because it's looking like we'll have less gravel on this side when we get those deliveries. So for that reason I'm trying to fill this side first. But I feel like I'm getting more impatient and making more piles instead of these sort of like flat surfaces. But yeah, the weather is so much different from yesterday, even though again the sky looks ominous, so it's still looking like it might rain any second. But for today the forecast is saying there won't be any rain. There won't be any rain, so we'll see if that holds up. But again, I don't think it would matter if we're inside here, so whether or not we have rain or not, I don't think it. While we're inside here, it doesn't really make a difference to us. I'm trying to see if there's like clear spots that would need more gravel on that garage side. The corner there is again like something we cannot really do yet because we need to know what to do with the central heating pipe thingy coming upwards. So we don't wanna rush that thing here. But I guess this part here is something that we could fill a bit. Because we know that this side here won't be moving anywhere, so here we can already drop in some gravel. You can see it's folded from around here, so I think we can fill it all the way here and not any further. So maybe we're halfway, I don't know. Could be that just copium. I actually wonder how long have we been live already. I can check when we're stationary. So I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I'm assuming it's gonna be like an hour still. Because time does fly when streaming. So let's see what it says. If it's saying anything. Okay, I've been live for 55 minutes, so I wasn't too far off. But yeah, we need another scoop. This one is too small. We don't want all this time to be spent just driving back and forth, so we need bigger scoops. But yeah, I guess these are, at least from this angle, this will be like the last few times we can do it, unless maybe we do it a bit more from the side. I guess we can try that next, because you could see that we were already like pushing through it. So I guess for that we would then continue going from the side instead. But yeah, I'm trying to look for like what way should I go for and where should I like take this gravel. I think there's still the, like I said, the corner there is something we don't want to do yet, but there's like some that we can already place there, but we know that the pipes, for example, will be there for, so those won't move. It's just that the the final corner there is what we don't want to lock in yet, because we need to go with the central heating thing there. So, but I guess something like here we can already fill it. And I guess also like more towards the side there. Although it's weird that now I'm like pouring the sand over that yellow pipe thingy there. We'll just have to rescue that from there then. Because we should be able to pull it out quite easily. Little under 1 now, yeah. So time has again flown past me, because I was like thinking, I said actually to my brother, because he was like, I have ice cream when you finish, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I will be there for many hours. And I can already feel like that was a lie, because I'm sure that there's at least another hour's worth. Because I don't think we're halfway there. Maybe halfway, but not much past halfway point at least. So I doubt we'll be done within an hour. So I feel like that was a decent scoop on the side there. Just to again decide where do we put it. I feel like they're like next to the first pipe to our right. I think you can see there's like lots of the fabric showing, so I think we could go for there. Although I feel like in many parts here you can see that there's hardly any gravel, so I feel like even here we could just drop it while we drive. What I'm thinking is that this part here would like some more. Thing is, can we reverse upwards through that hill on the ramp we made? Yes, the answer is we can. I don't think that was any might have even been easier than going front first. But yeah, I don't know what the weight distribution on this is, so if it's like, I would assume it's heavier on the back of it. So that would explain why it would be maybe easier to reverse. Maybe. I feel like I will just drop some here where I've been driving, so that I don't maybe make the fabric come out. At least here you can see that the fabric is already showing at some parts. I feel like that was a good call there. You can already still see the fabric on the side, so I guess we'll go again with this. Once more reverse it. Because again we just need to get all this gravel out of from this side and into the pit. Scoopity scoop. Yeah, I guess we can do the same, but we'll go in a slightly different angle. Like it was, yeah, here's the part where I can see the fabric. Because again, I think if the truck comes in and this will be dropping more of this gravel, we want there to be like enough of a layer to protect the filter cloth. Because that thing will weigh like 20 tons, so like 20,000 kilos. So if Avant machine here weighs like 1,800, it will be like 10 times as much. So we want there to be enough gravel here to protect the filter cloth. Although I don't know if the tires on one of those things would like make damage or if that was like a thing or not. But if we can prevent it by just putting in a small padding, I guess that's a small price to pay. But yeah, we've not kept a drinking break either. I don't know what time should we have one of those. Because I don't think this, like Avant driving, is maybe like warrants a drinking break, similarly how like when you're in there like shoveling and stuff. So for that reason it's like hard to get yourselves to stop this. Does it feel like there's like you're hardly doing anything? I guess for like physically wise it's not like it is hard work. So it really is that there's like hardly a reason to go for a break. Scoopity scoop. But yeah, the chair I'm sitting on inside this Avant machine, this is really comfortable. So I don't really complain, because like I said, I feel like all my muscles are like aching, and like my back and all that stuff are like, I can feel that I've been doing something. But here inside this machine, I feel like it's more luxurious to sit in here than it is to in one of those plastic yard chairs or like whatever those are called that we have there. feel like the pile is actually getting smaller. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is that we need to go from the side where the road is, because there's like this ditch in there which is not deep, but it's still like it makes it weird that when you drive in there, like you're in this weird angle. If we can actually go in and drop some gravel between those pipes, because if there was someone here with me, I could just like ask them to move those pipes around, so I would be like easier to get from all the angles or like different sides. But I guess these pipes should be like avoiding us, or like the gravel won't do anything to them, so I can just fill them in between here. Like so. But yeah, there's hardly any reason to have one person here to help me with it. But the only thing they could do is to like once every hour coming and move one pipe, like lean one pipe towards another direction, so that I can like put some gravel somewhere different, but for them to be just mostly standing about. That's an impressive scoop. Because it's like also filled on both sides, because that's something that we've had rarely happen now. I'm trying to use all my perception levels to find a spot where to drop this, because I feel like most of the places where I can see fabric are already covered, except for like the few places we aren't really supposed to go yet. So meaning the corner there, basically no other. I guess that's pretty much the only one. But yeah, maybe there is hope that we'll finish this under 2 hours. We'll see. But yeah, it's this pile here is I don't think it's a final boss, because again we will have so many more piles of gravel like this. But hopefully we won't have to drive so far for them. Yeah, so far I think I've been doing quite a good job in not taking any dirt with me. I guess that means that there's like plenty of gravel left behind because of it, but we'll have other uses for that gravel, so it doesn't really matter if some dirty gravel is left behind. Let's maybe fill this corner here. Although I did say earlier that we would try and focus on the side where the garage is, so not this main building side. so I already went back on that. But yeah, this Avant machine is really easy to maneuver here, so even though there's like, I wouldn't say that we're in like a compact space or like have too much stuff in the way, but still like being able to go into all of the different sides, it makes it easy with how easy this is to turn around. Okay, now we have some like actual sand with us, so I don't think we will use this load for. Oh yeah, we actually also unearthed the corner of that plastic thingy there, you can see. But yeah, now we've dug up ground, so we don't want to use this there. I guess we could maybe take it to the back of the plot, because in there we would need some gravel, so we'll have that ready there then. So now we know where the fabric starts, like this plastic protective thingy. But yeah, there's so much sand in this scoop that we don't want to drop it here. Actually hoping to keep it inside it so that we don't spill it either. Now that we're like driving over this. So yeah, because this corner here is where we'll be making the shed in. And I feel like here it would benefit maybe if we had some like ground with some gravel in it, because that would be stronger than just the sand. So we'll just leave that there. Actually go in and turn this thing around, because although maybe it would be easier to reverse down that hill. Well, I guess I still prefer to go front first. Now would be a good time to have a drinking break, but I guess I feel like we're so close to being done that it's hard to get yourself to like have a break if you can just have like a victory soda after you're finished. I guess we could actually bring in more gravel to the end here, so it would be easier to drive back and forth from here. I was also thinking of maybe adding some more gravel to this, sort of like our road here. But yeah, I guess for now it would make most sense to drive from the side. So I guess that's what we'll try to do next. But again, this one is a weird one, because with this ditch here, it's hard to keep this thing where you want it. But it like elevates on its own, so it's hard to like dig in there deep. It's deep enough. guess we did a good job there. Just checking that there's no one in the way if we just reverse out of here. You can also see like ripped plastic already, like this blue fabric already there, so I guess we already done some damage again. I can't believe we're making damage on this sacrificial fabric. Not this white one, but the blue one there underneath the gravel. But yeah, I guess we could already drop in some gravel here, because there's some like, it's uneven at times, so trying to see if I can see where there's like less of it and maybe drop some more there. I will use some extra here on the side, even though that's not like, we wouldn't need to use it here, but I guess for like, again, for driving into the backyard side, it would help that there's like gravel all the way there. So maybe that helps. We'll see. We'll see if that did nothing. So now I was reversing, I was focusing, using all my focus points on reversing. And I guess we'll do the same thing again, so we'll go via the road there to the side and just slam into it basically, in hopes of getting some more clean gravel. Trying to see what angle I'm at. I feel like I'm in too much of an angle. I guess this is better now. Trying to think how deep can I go without it being full of this sand again. Because again, you can see there's now a piece of fabric with me. So that was not supposed to happen. So I'm hoping there's not too much sand with this, but I guess there's only one way to know, and that is to jump out and check. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Ah, it's so much cooler outside. But yeah, here's this broken piece of fabric. I'm trying to pull it out so that I will pull out the dirt with it, because it does have some dirt naturally, because it's like protecting from the ground. So yeah, that was actually not too bad. But yeah, here we have a flag of some country with only blue, single color flag. But yeah, we'll put it in the trash pile, I guess. I also dirtied my gloves quite nicely there. But yeah, we'll carry on then. But yeah, I wish I could drive with the door open, because it's again like the weather is decent outside. It's just that it's inside this machine that it's hot, because there's no AC. But yeah, we move on. remove the fabric there. Question is, where do we drop this scoop? There's one place I'm spotting with less stuff, so let's go there. Although it will be interesting to see, because now after we have like covered all of those white spots, so where you can see the filter go through, now that we've covered all of them, it will be really hard to know like where should I go next, like which place has less, which has more. It will be interesting to try and figure out that. Because for like this compactor thingy, because we need to compact it, but for that too it would be that you would like to compact them in like 10 centimeter intervals. So like next part would be to compact it when we have 10 centimeters everywhere, but when do we have 10 centimeters everywhere, who knows. That's a big question we'll have to answer somehow. You can see how easy it is to maneuver this guy here. Moving about. I wonder if we could do one more from the side here, or if we just push through it. Let's try one more scoop from the side here. Because again, as the pile goes like smaller and smaller, it will be harder to get. That was a magnificent scoop. Really happy with that one. Very nice. Scoopity scoop. But yeah, so this stream will be a chiller stream compared to the last two, because the last two we were, first of all, they were like 8 hours each, and this one will most likely be between like 2 and 3 hours. I'm hoping not more than that, at least. But and then again, like the last two streams, we were here together with my father, and we were placing pipes and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just me driving this gravel back and forth. Gravel time. But yeah, we have a rake we could use to try and like even out the biggest lumps here. You can also use your feet, that's another thing. You could of course use the scoop here as well, because you can like drag it behind you and stuff, but I feel like I'm not experienced enough to use the scoop to try and level this, because you can also like break the fabric underneath if you go in like a wrong angle and all that stuff, so I might not be brave enough for that. Trying to see how much. Oh yeah, because I know that there's like small amounts of dirt with there, so I was thinking how much of it was there, but it's only like a few specks of dirt, so that's not an issue. But yeah, you can see the pie is getting smaller now. So it is, we are making progress. Trying to eye out if there's like spots that I clearly should put more in. But I guess instead I just laid it all in there. Maybe we should now try and maybe get that like evened out a bit. I guess that's better than it was before, but not by much. Because the way my father does it looks so elegant, effortless. But again, there's the experience talking when my father drives this. Contemplating what direction should I use. If I go from this side once more. Not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, I feel like it will get slower by the end here because of like I'm getting smaller and smaller scoops, trying not to get the dirt with me and trying not to break the fabric any more than it already is. Although I don't know if there's like any reason trying to avoid breaking that fabric, seeing that it's already long gone. So I guess for that reason we could also like just YOLO it. I guess for the sake of like breaking the fabric, it just means that when we break the fabric it also brings in sand, and that's not what we want, so I feel like there's a massive pile there already. It's just that there's like some fabric showing from the side there, so that's like making me feel like I need to fill this side. You can also see the fabric there on the end is folding backwards, so I guess I'll need to go in and fold it back so that I can put some gravel on it. I guess I could do that before I drive myself out of here, so that we can fill it then later, or like next thing we do or something. But yeah, it's nice to be outside again because it's so much cooler here than it is inside the machine. But yeah, this side here, something like this. I guess we could also like kick the gravel on it so that it would hopefully move less and like not fold in the future. But we could also bring in some stuff to it. I guess we could also bring in here some stuff, so towards the end here. I wonder how close we can drive to this place actually. But I guess we could come into this corner here. I think you can see me maybe. That we could maybe come into this corner and drop some stuff here. There's also some stuff that we could put all the way to this side, because it's definitely not enough for, like, all of this place is already not enough. I guess for like the sake of when we compact it, I guess that's the question, how much do we need for the compacting, and that's the 10 centimeters. So that's a good question, how much do we have in all the places, because again we have these like piles here and there, so we would need to first like level these piles a bit. And after we have leveled these piles, we would then be able to like check if there's 10 centimeters everywhere or not. I feel like definitely not at the moment. But yeah, back to the machine. We are never out of here if we just kick about with our legs. The door is closed. So yeah, let's bring some more gravel to that corner we just were in. Gravel business. Again, trying to see where the fabric goes. I feel like this. It's not like a bad scoop, but it's also not like a good one either. There's so much space that we could have still used. I guess we could try and go for the side to maybe fill this. Because again, I guess the most time we spend here is the driving back and forth. We were already digging ourselves a hole there with our tires, so I guess the tire markings on this are not the most optimal for driving on gravel. But I don't know, actually. I think the tires that this Avant machine currently has, I think they're optimal for driving on like grass, I think. So they're like not too like rough, so that it doesn't like harm the gravel when you drive on it. Because if you have like, say, like similar to like tractor tires, with those there's this issue that with like grass being underneath, then when you spin, and like if at any point you run out of traction, then it just mess the grass up. Trying to fill the side here while I'm at it. Is there still a corner there that we could put more in, but oh yeah, we didn't have much more, so never mind about that. We'll just go get some more then, I guess. But yeah, it's weird driving here because there's these small bumps everywhere with these piles of gravel that I've been putting in. So I it's not like a steady, stable ride. But yeah, again I'm thinking which direction should I go for. So I can feel like there's this small amount on this edge here, and I actually scoop those. Not so that I would like to want to get them, but so that they wouldn't be in my way when I'm driving here. Guess that's a decent scoop. Yeah, Avant really got some fast, because you can see there's like massive holes that the tires are making. So I guess we maybe should go for the other side again, unless we level those somehow. But I can see there's like sand inside that gravel, so I don't think we want to use that. So I think we will go for the other side. For the last few scoops we'll be taking. Continue on the same side as I was before, so I can know that there's more needed here. Seeing there's a new follower. Thank you for the follows. We are keeping it lurker friendly, so I won't be calling you out. Feel free to chat though if you like, but again we value all the lurkers here. And like I mentioned earlier, like there's been people coming in and like every now and then and being like, I can see there's a lot of progress, and I'm like, that's something that warms my heart like getting those, because it's hard for me to see the progress. Like of course, like if I were to go back on like the watch and stuff, I could see like, okay, yeah, that's something we did, or yeah, that's something we did, and like all that. But still, like for others, like if you come in like every now and then, like let's say like some weeks in between, you will probably see this, hopefully at least it will look different to what it is at the moment. So hopefully there will be progress made. Again, I think the biggest progress we've had so far has been this gravel here, like visible progress, because before that it was like more than, I think it was at least 2 weeks, maybe more, that we had this like dirt showing here, and it looked like there's nothing being made, but we were just like making sure the trenches were done for the rainwater pipes. But now that the rainwater pipes are done, we could continue on this filter cloth, and that's with the gravel. But yeah, thank you very much for the follow. We are hopefully getting closer and closer to the 50 followers, which is needed for the affiliate status, which would open up like quite a lot of stuff inside Twitch, mainly stuff like channel points and stuff like that. Trying to see where the edge of the cloth is, because I can see the edge there, but I don't know if it's the same like all around, because it's feeling like it isn't. Yeah, I guess that's a decent scoop. Decent scoop from the side here. Trying to again check if there's anyone on the road since we are reversing into here. Like I said, we don't want to disturb the neighbors too much. There's somebody coming in with a car, so I guess it's also good we're not coming away from it. Yeah, again I'm trying to use all my perspective skills to check where should I leave this, where should I drop this load of gravel. Guess I go again for the same side as I was before. But yeah, for anyone interested in how we do construction here in Finland, I think this is one example. I'm not saying this is the only way or the correct way to build a house in here or in any place, but this is one of the ways, one of the many ways you can do it. I guess whether this is the correct way or not we will know about this after we've done it. So, and even then I don't think we'll know it immediately, because usually, like, if you make mistakes during construction, it's only visible in like after 10 plus years is like when the mistakes start to show themselves. Like if you have like poor water management and stuff like that, you will usually know only after like years and years. Of course it depends on the mistake. It could be that if you have like a leaking roof that you immediately know for it. But some other structural stuff you might only know after many years, which of course is a bad thing in the perspective that it's an extremely expensive thing to have. Is like whether it is made by yourself or not. The house is one of the biggest investments for many of us, and then like only being able to know if you've done a good job or if there's something wrong with it, like so much later, is like it's a bad thing, I guess. So we can only hope and trust that first of all, I guess we have to trust that the instructions we've been given, so the plans made by the professionals, that they are correct. Because again, they are only like, every plan you get are only made by the best knowledge that we have at the moment, and like we already know that we have learned a lot about construction within like last 40 years or so. So who knows, maybe everything that we build today is like, we know in like 20 years or so that okay, there were so many mistakes done, this and that and this and that, and we should never have done it like that. But yeah, we can only trust that the methods we're using today are still valid in the future. But yeah, that's a massive scoop I just got. We again need to decide where do we drop such a massive scoop. But yeah, if anyone has any questions on like what we're doing and like what are the work phases in the future, I'm happy to yap about all those. Because I actually mentioned to my father many a times, and also I think I talked about this with my brother, that I feel like with this construction thing in here that it's better if I can explain what we're doing, because if I cannot, then like surely I don't know what we're doing. So if I'm the one mostly working here, it would be good that I would know what we are trying to achieve. So for that reason it would be good that I would be able to explain all the work phases and like why are we doing what we are doing. Yeah, I'm trying to put the gravel there, like the back of the, like behind the pipe sort of. Trying not to hit the pipes themselves. Not so bad actually. So I'm quite proud of that. Because again there's like a massive pile there, but still it's easier to spread it than just like bring it from somewhere. So for that reason it's a nice one. So maybe I'm not the lost cause with this machine after all. But yeah, we'll need to decide how many scoops are we gonna still take from it and when do we finally stop. Because I don't think there's many more scoops that can be taken before we start again, like either ripping that fabric thing away or then like making a mess with the dirt. Because whatever we're left with here we can use for the next driveway that we need to make. So for that sake it's not that we need to use all of it. Because I feel like there's not that many scoops left, and then it gets like harder every time you do it like this. So thinking of maybe adding some more to it, but I don't know if we can take much more to it. Let's see. Because with this, the last piles in here, we'll mostly just be moving them about instead of like actually getting anything with us. I feel like with my father, as he's more experienced with this, he would have no trouble getting like all of it. But yeah, I wonder if any of the neighbors are like annoyed with how there's like now some dirt on the road there, or if anyone just like everyone's thinking like, okay, the first rain we have will wash it away, because that's what will happen. So the tire marks from this won't be there for long. Basically after the first rainfall we have after I'm away from here, that should already be enough to clear all of that. I'm thinking of maybe adding a layer here, because it looks like it's dipping this side. Like so. Yeah, I think there's maybe 2 more scoops. Depends on what it will look like after this second scoop I'm gonna go for now. Or like first scoop, I don't know. Which one is it then? The door keeps this rubbery knirsk-knarsk sound. See if we can go from this side. I think you can see that with this downhill, it likes to go faster, it seems. So I need to be more careful with the acceleration there. But yeah, it's hard from this angle because with the with us being in like this weird angle, so I guess we'll try with the where we were before instead. So scrap that, because there's no way we can like move this from side to like tilt it from the side, so I guess it's easy to just go from here. But again, the issue we have if we go from this side is that we probably will just be pushing this pile forwards instead of like scooping it with us, but let's see what happens. We got some of it. We also seems to have peeled the fabric thingy there, so we went too close to the ground there. But yeah, I feel like there's only one more scoop after this, and that's from the side there as well. And then whatever is left we'll just have to use for the dry way. Let's see if we can get this out of this ditch now. But yeah, the acceleration here is weird, because when it starts to like struggle and you give it more gas, or like, I don't know, acceleration, then when it finally comes loose it like goes so fast, so something I'm not used to yet. I feel like we could maybe fill the side here, even though it's underneath the main building. But yeah, let's see. I'm assuming one more scoop, but I could also get ambitious. Scooping time. But yeah, I feel like when you plan these things, like when I would be like planning that, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, it's hard to say how long this takes. Like it's hard to estimate a time on like how long will like moving one of these piles take with this Avant machine, because it feels like okay, it's not that big of a pile, it shouldn't take that long, but still like it's a lot of driving back and forth. So I feel like it is slower than you would maybe like initially assume. I wonder if there's now sand with this thing, because it felt like we were in quite a steep angle. You can actually check by just shaking it. Okay, there's actually no sand in here, so we did quite good then. But yeah, I feel like this is still gonna be our last scoop, because just mashing into here and we're basically just moving it about, not really getting much more of it. So I'm satisfied with this. But yeah, I also have a lot of emails and stuff that I need to send, mainly the one for the central heating pipe thingy. I can actually show it to you guys after we're done here, so that you know what I'm talking about. But there's still the debate, or like the question, I guess, on how do we solve that. And I guess mostly the solving is that since we need some guys from the heating company to come in and extend the pipe we have, how long will it take for them to do that? Because we can't really finish that corner there before they come in and extend that pipe we have. Guess we can basically leave it here. I'm still thinking if we need to add more gravel to the ramp towards the back of the plot, so it would be easier to drive there, but we'll see. Could be that it's now easier already, because we did add some to it. But I guess there's like also like some hills and bumps in there, so I wonder if actually we can maybe level it while we drive here. Like this, perhaps, mayhaps. We'll see what we did. Yeah, I don't know if that made it any better. We'll see. We'll try and drive over it now. See what happens. Yeah, it actually wasn't too bad. So I guess we at least didn't make it any worse. Although I don't know if we made it any better either. So. So yeah, we'll just leave the Avant machine here for now, since we're done with this for today. So somewhere like here, and then just turn it off. Hello, skeleton jelly. Did you finally wake up? No, just kidding. Hello. But yeah, we're just actually done with the gravel spreading. I think we'll have a soda break at least before we end, but I can also walk you around to show what we've done. Can't believe what we've done. So first I will take you guys on my chest again, as per usual. So just bear with me for a second as I move this. Where did I actually press some button? No, I actually maybe didn't. I got trolled and didn't notice the Twitch notification. Oh damn! How was the Avant thing? It was actually nice. Like there was some few maybe a bit scary moments there when I was like accelerating away from the ditch, and it went fast. It went faster than I was used to. but other than that, it was nice. It's a bit hot in there, because like now that I'm outside, it's nice and cool again. But it's definitely hot inside the Avant machine. So again, where my father has already mentioned many times that the one thing he regrets is not getting the air conditioning on this thing, because when he ordered it, he could have gotten it with the AC, but they cannot make them afterwards. So you can only get it when you order it. So there's no after installs for those. But yeah, so that's the Avant thing. But yeah, the thing I mentioned, that what we're still waiting for in this corner here is this L shape here. So unfortunately, chat, we've taken an L. This one here. I think you can see. I hope it's all working. I'm assuming it is. But yeah, so this L shape here is for the central heating. And in there's like an instruction, like a sticker on there already, and it says that this thing needs to be like at least 2 meters away from the building. But how can it be 2 meters from the building if it's only 80 centimeters long? So something's not adding up. So I'll have to send them an email today, and I think I will call them tomorrow and ask them, because I think there's already mentioned there that you can like ask them to come in and extend it. But I don't see why they have like that option. Why don't they just ship them in like long enough? Like I don't see why would anyone want to like dig this in there like too short. Like it doesn't make any sense. So we just have to try and contact the guys. The only thing I'm like worried about is how long will it take them to come in and extend these things, because we need it both ends need to be extended so that it comes like above the floor level inside the house, and then like far enough away from the foundation. Because yesterday I was measuring this foundation line, and if we want it inside this house, so that's what I actually dug with a shovel yesterday to make like a place for where it would then go into. And that's when I was like, yeah, there's no way, because the French drain pipes will go on like the outside here, and if these guys come in and dig it, then like try to connect these central heating pipes after the French drains are already inside here, they will go through them and break them. So we definitely need to have that thing extended so that we can dig it like ready there somewhere. Like it will be, I think, somewhere where this like blue trash bag basically is there. So somewhere around there is where the like the end of the pipe would then be. And if the French drain is here, it would be like meters from that. So in that case, there would be no issue for those guys to come in and connect it afterwards. But if we just like put it there now, put in a French drain on top of it, that will be like broken when they try and find it. So for that reason, I have to contact the guys. So I'm just hoping it won't take them too long, and they won't be like, yeah, there's every one of us is like on holidays already. So we'll see. I don't think because like the most common holiday month in Finland is July, and we're only like on the early June. So I'm hoping not all of them are on holidays yet, but we'll see. So I'll have to call that. So the heating pipe would go below the French drain. Yeah, that's also something that they have. I can show you the picture. I don't think there's much doxing here because, like I mentioned, we are in Pohjois-Pohjanmaa, so you can basically guess the provider for these things. So it's Oulun Seudun Sähkö is the provider for the central heating. But here you can actually see in this drawing here that it goes like underneath the wall here. But actually in this picture, I noticed there was like another picture online that this thing was 3 meters long, and there you could even see the French drain here. But yeah, it is below the French drain, and in our case it needs to go longer. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's weird that this picture here already says that this side here is 1.5 meters, so they're like what goes upwards, so like up like through the floor, and this one here, so which goes like away from the house, is 2 meters long. And then this guy that they've given me is 80 centimeters and 80 centimeters. So, so I don't know who thought that this would be a good thing. But yeah, because it also says here that you are not allowed to put any rainwater or French drain pipes near the end of it. So, and it also says that it needs to be at least 15 centimeters above the floor level, like where it ends up. And neither of those things will like happen if this is the thing that we're given. So we definitely need a longer one for that to happen. So that's why I didn't put any gravel on this side of the plot. So I could maybe turn it so that the sticker won't be taking any sunlight. I'll just turn it the other way around, so it's like protected from the sun and rain maybe. But yeah, so that's why this cloth here, so the filter cloth, is like on the side here, because we can now pull it on and cover this corner if we want to, but not before we get this pipe underneath. So that's what we're waiting on this corner. But everything else here we can like fill with gravel already. And as you can see with the hills and stuff, with the gravel here, there's a lot of things that we could level. Again, before we start putting on the French drains, we could use the compactor thing here. But for that it would need to be like around 10 centimeters of gravel everywhere. Because if there's like only like a handful of gravel here and we go with the compactor, we're basically just smashing the ground underneath and like smashing the gravel on the filter cloth. But yeah, I'll also order more gravel, and hopefully the guys can come in and just dump them on inside here already. Because like yesterday you might have noticed that when we were driving with the Avant machine, that tires brought in this sand and dirt, which like it's not a big thing, it's not a big deal with this amount of like there's a handful of sand here and there, but for the capillary effect to not like for that to be prevented, we don't want anything but this gravel here for like at least the 30 centimeters. So next is leveling the gravel. Yeah, basically we need more gravel and then leveling it. I guess I think for me it would make sense to just get more gravel here first and like spread that around, because I feel like if we start leveling it here now and we only have like maybe a few centimeters worth of gravel, it doesn't make that much sense. So I feel like we should maybe get more gravel first and then with that amount of gravel try to level it and then like compact it. But on Wednesday I think I have my friend coming in here and we were hoping to start with the French drains already. But for that to happen I would need to come in here and measure some of the spots. spots for where they do come in. So where we would there's like the barrels for the French drain. Those are the, you can maybe see them. Actually we can go closer. There's no reason I can point to them here. But these are the like the French drain barrels then. So the problem with these is that so this one here on the left is the rainwater thing that goes on the back of the yard, but this one here we have 6 of these, and these are for the French drains. So these guys we need to then like find the locations for, and also the depth for, because that's the thing that we need to measure, because in the design papers we have like exact heights for each of these. We'll need to see if those make sense. I feel like there might be some that we need to either like lift up a bit or whatever, we'll see. Because again we need to make sure that they like go towards the back of the plot. So for that sake we need to make sure that they are also like elevated to the right direction. But for those, the thing is that you can see here, unlike with like just normal pipes, these barrels have this small amount of, well, not too small amount, but the amount of like in Finnish it's called sakkapesä, which is like a collecting bin, I guess. Something like that, I guess, would be the word for it. So we need to most likely dig these through the fabric, because unfortunately, as you can see, we won't be having this amount of gravel. Well, we have it in total, but as we have to have these French drain pipes 20 centimeters below the foundation, if we have 40 centimeters total, they need to be like halfway there, and this collecting bin here needs to go like below the fabric now. So we'll need to find the locations for the collecting bins, then we need to cut a circular hole on the fabric, dig with the shovel like a round spot, and then like put those guys inside there at the right elevation, like at the right level, so that they then, again, the pipes connecting to them drain to the right directions. So that's another interesting work phase that we need to do before like we're finished with this gravel work phase. But yeah, so those are for the French drains. There's 6 of them, so 1 on each corner of the main building, and then like the one that's on the corner there will be the one on the like this corridor between those 2 buildings, and then the last 2 will be on the opposite, like the farthest back corners of the garage building. That sounds way more difficult if there's 30 centimeters more gravel on top. Yeah, we won't be getting like the whole 40 centimeters of gravel here. And again, the thing is that on top of those pipes, we are not allowed to compact it anyway. So when we do finally install those pipes, we are not allowed to use the compactor anymore. So what I'm thinking is that now that we have this like gravel here around everywhere, we can start with the pipes. Because with the pipes, we need to have them inside this gravel. And we have to have the elevations again like leaning towards the back of the plot. But if we don't have enough gravel, and then we try to like get it, okay, the pipe needs to come upwards, we don't have enough gravel to put underneath it. So I think there's like a sort of like a delicate balance for how much gravel we should have here, so that we have enough for underneath the pipes, but also like not too much, so that we need to like shovel a whole lot from underneath the pipes that we need to be placing then. But yeah, for the barrel thing is I need to do the measures, because they are like similar to where the rainwater pipes are, but I need to check the pictures, because they are also like in sort of like these corners here. So I would assume something like maybe here or something like that would be, for example, one of them, and then the pipe would go towards there, as well as actually towards the other corner there. So yeah, you're right, we shouldn't like have way too much gravel here for that. But if we have no gravel, it's hard to put the pipes in the air. Hope that they stay there, so there's a balance there. We'll need to try and get. But yeah, regardless, I will be ordering more gravel, because if we can get the delivery guys to bring in and driving the gravel, so that they could maybe drop it either just like here in the middle, like somewhere here, that would be good, because again the pipes are going around the buildings. So in the middle here, the pile of gravel wouldn't do like us any harm. So for that sake, it would be a nice place. But again, if they could also like reverse and maybe put it here, like inside the garage building, that would also be nice. Because again, in like the middle here, it would also not be in the way of anything. So that would also be nice. But we'll see when the guy comes in and asking him how easy it was him to maneuver with it, because like some of these pipes, for example this pipe, whatever, these protective pipes for electrical stuff, and also these are like light, and you can just like twist them to any side you want. So if they're like in the way, you can just move them quite easily to anywhere you want. So for example, now the car could have more space to drive and like go for that side. So it's like, we'll see what he says. I think I will also take a picture of this, and when I'm ordering the gravel, I could ask that if it's possible to get him to drive them somewhere there, etc. Because I think I will order it for like Tuesday, because I'm thinking of taking a day off tomorrow, hopefully rest my aching muscles and then I will be back here on Tuesday to do those measures, and there's plenty of stuff I could actually already do here, like with the, well, actually that's not because I was thinking of making the stand for the sign, but unfortunately that's not something I do until I think maybe Saturday. But yeah, anyways, there's still stuff I could do here, even if there's like no more gravel. But if I ordered it on, like, to bring it to me on Tuesday, I could be here when he comes in and try like instruct him that can you drive it, because I feel like if he can drive it to like somewhere here, he should probably have no trouble driving it all the way here either. But yeah, that's the concern that I have, if the gravel is too soft to drive on. But I wouldn't know, like, because the thing is that the truck he drives it with is like 20 tons, so it is hella heavy. But it also like I don't know if that ground there could like take the 20 tons away, because so far it has. So I don't know. I guess it's also like driving down that ramp with the 20 tons of weight on it is different than when you have it unloaded there and you just drive it upwards than when it's empty. So we'll see. But yeah, so far that thing has lasted well. That ramp has like been really nice for the Avant machine. But like I mentioned earlier, that Avant machine like weighs around 1,800 kilos, and like a truck that has like a combined weight of 40 tons, but like it drives them like 20 tons at a time. So 20 tons is like 10 times as much. So if this ramp can hold Avant machine, that's really not telling much about how much it can hold and how good is it for that purpose. But we'll see. I will also like ask them on the email, because if he cannot bring it here, I don't know what we'll do, because we could again get the same piles as the piles we had before. So I guess we'll just have to do that. But that would suck big time, because again we would then just be driving back and forth most of the day with the Avant machine. And again there's the issue that it will keep mixing up with the dirt. So if we had it inside there would be no issue with that happening, since we'd be driving all over the gravel there. Have a good rest, boy. Too bad you aren't gonna come at Tech on Wednesday. Oh yeah, you had I noticed there was so I think, I don't know what Tech is supposed to be, but there's like a day at the office, I think there was at work. So I think that's what Sebastian is referring to. But yeah, I won't be there. It's actually interesting that I think in that meeting invitation there was like talk that there will be people like cleaning up at the office, like getting rid of excess furniture, etc. So I'm actually curious if they are letting go of the office, if they are like thinking of that, since most of us are working remote. So I don't see, like, I would say that would maybe be a smart choice to at least like downsize the office, because I feel like most of it is at the moment is empty. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. We'll see, maybe that happens in the future. But yeah, I'm kicking this gravel so that this fabric doesn't fold like it already has at multiple places. There's also like this massive stone boys again. I'm trying to get the fabric so that it would stay somewhat stationary. But yeah, it's interesting because, like I mentioned, this gravel is the washed kind, so there is nothing below the size of 6 millimeters. But then when I kick it around, you can see that it's somehow like there's it's almost like it's dusting a bit. So what's that about? But yeah, that also reminds me that I need to ask the guy that I ordered this gravel from that if he has like certificates he can send me, because that's something Hannu asked that we need to have in like the final papers and stuff, so we need to have some proof that this gravel is legit. Yeah, it is SUS gravel at the moment, so let's hope he has the certificates for it. But yeah, it's a big company, so they surely do have it. But yeah, so I will again post on Discord. There's also like roles on Discord if you want to get notified of when we go live. That's of course depending on how you get your Discord notifications, because if you have them like disabled on your devices, that doesn't do much. But there are like different roles you can take on my Discord server, so you can get notified of like schedule changes and then when I go live. Imagine redoing all the gravel, don't say that. No, not even as a joke. Yeah, think if the guy's like, oh yeah, you meant like that kind of gravel. Yeah, we don't have that. You should have said that in the first time. And then I'm like, actually I did. You can see it here and here and here. And then they're like, whoopsie daisy. Well, that's on us then. But yeah, I don't know how that happened, to be honest. Like you could go with the Avant machine and scoop it a bit. Oh well, I guess you wouldn't like have to worry about the fabric being hurt then. You would just have to make it again. But even like with these pipes and stuff, it would be like an absolute nightmare going in and trying to remove all of it. Because you could go in and like dig from like wherever you can, and whatever is left you would just like leave underneath. Because then you would just put in another fabric. I guess one option would actually be, depending on like what it would look like height-wise, we could just maybe roll another cloth here and then just start over. So maybe we wouldn't even like to remove it all. So maybe that would be an option. But yeah, naurattaahan se. Yeah, but yeah, that would be an absolutely nightmare of a reply from the guys. Like, yeah, we don't do those kind of things. That's such a bureaucracy hassle. Can't believe no one's ever asked us of those. So we've never gotten to getting those certifications. So yeah, you can maybe see the gravel dusts a bit, because that's because it's actually not what we say it is. But yeah, there's plenty of raking you could do here with like trying to level it. But again, I'm not sure how much of this you should do before we get more of it. Then we can rescue this pipe before it gets completely buried. But yeah, you can also just use your feet, kick it about. That's surely the most efficient way to do it. Although I have to say the rake thing was also like, it's really hard to do it with the rake. Because I guess this might be easier, I don't know. Because I feel like with the earlier gravel we had, which was like larger in size, and that one was like near impossible to move with just the rake. So I guess this could be easier, we know. Does leveling make the Avant driving smoother? Yeah, it will. It like bounces less. Like goes less sideways, like from side to side and all that stuff. But it's hardly that bad with the Avant machine. I guess it would make sense if we were to do something like details stuff with the Avant machine. So if you needed to be in like, I need the scoop to be exactly level here, and then when I move forward, so oops, I tilted it. But I don't think there's any like that kind of work needed here for quite some time. So for that reason, I don't think that's like needed. But I guess again, like one other thing we would like benefit from getting more gravel is that then we would maybe have more bravery to use the scoop to level it. Because if I, for example, went here and tried to level it with the scoop, you can see there's like the fabric showing on here, and then I would like scoop it and that would like break it immediately. So if we had more gravel here as like a padding, I feel like we would maybe use the Avant machine with less Yeah, less anxious. Yeah, that's spooky. Yeah, that's what I was, because like I noticed early, like yesterday, my father was already starting to do it like that a bit, and I was like, yeah, maybe not yet. And he was also like, oh yeah, the fabric is actually right there. So yeah, it's hard to see, because like if I were to go into like any random spot here and try to like, I can dig it with my feet, you can see that there's hardly any gravel here. Like the amount we have spread here is maybe 5 centimeters at max. Like of course there's like these piles here and there, but like at the average height, I'm assuming is, well, you can actually see it. It's, if at most I would say it's 5 centimeters. So we definitely need more gravel here. Because again, like if we are to place pipes here, like if I know that okay, this is the line that I would need to make a pipe in, I would just drag my shoe like this, and I would already be at the fabric, like you can see here. So it's not like right now it would be much of a work to get the pipes on top of this gravel at any height. But the problem is that with this amount of gravel, we can't really make the pipes go downwards to any direction if there's only like 3 centimeters of gravel here to work with. So for that reason we need more gravel before we start on pretty much anything. The only thing is that we don't want there to be like a massive, like sudden increase on the gravel amount, because again, like I mentioned, we would like to compact it at around 10 centimeter layers. Another person standing outside measuring, observing and making weird hand gestures can be quite helpful. Are you volunteering, Sebastian? Because I could take another person here waving their hands. But yeah, when we have these like piles of gravel and start moving those about, I feel like after we get, because again, this is now the amount of gravel we have here. This is from one truck with like in Finnish it's called kasetti, and it's like cassette, but it's like both the truck that comes and like pulls it, and then like the trailer behind it, and both of them are like 20 tons. So depending on the material, the volume changes a bit, but anyways, so that's the amount we have here. So if we ask for like another one of those, we would be able to double the amount here. I would maybe, after we've seen and spread that around, we would do the same test. So just like dig at a random spot. Here you can see that I hardly touched it and we're already at the fabric. So we would do another test like this, and then we would again like do the measures. But again, I feel like making those, but placing those French drain pipes would be another thing that we could do like already quite early on, because I don't think they will be in the way of like leveling and stuff. I guess the only thing that matters with them is that you get them at the right height. But with the laser I can measure those. So I think that will be on Tuesday's stream that we'll do. You will put the laser here somewhere middle, I guess. So we'll put the laser here, take the measure with the measuring stick from that electrical box there, because that's where we have marked. So we have the city came in and marked the floor level there. So we know that that line there on the electrical box is 24.45 in height. So I don't know where that measure is from. Is that like 24 meters from the sea level? I have no idea. But anyways, that's the measure we go for, because other measures we have, for example, the bottom of before we put the fabric here is something like 20.9. So it's like 1.5 meters below of like what we have this on this electrical box thing. So we can just take the measure from that electrical box and then compare it to like this side and then the other side, and put the French drain barrels in there. I could, but I have too many excuses to even get started with. Can't believe this. Can't believe the one person I counted on to come in and help every day here is now making excuses. I can already see that one of our fabrics is escaping, so I need to put it underneath something. Or maybe I could actually take it inside the van. Because these sorts of like small pieces of fabric do come in handy, because I was already thinking that underneath those French drain barrel thingies we could already put one of these. I haven't seen the laser yet. Oh yeah, it'll be, I think it will be an interesting one. The only issue I have with it is because there's this size, because like it's standing on a tripod, so that's where the laser is, and then you have the stick and you have a receiver at the other end, or like you can like attach it to the stick, and on that stick you have the measures. That's all easy. But the thing is that when you're standing with the stick and you're getting your measures, it's really hard to tell if the stick you're holding is like like level, like straight upwards, because there's like a massive difference if you tilt it to any sides. Because I've seen that some of them have like bubble levels on them, but I feel like the one I have is only has like bubble level on one direction, and I think you would need it to have it in like two different directions to tell that it's like in a center spot. But we'll see how we work with that. Because there's also the option of like using an actual level, because I think the level we have here also has like these bubbles on both sides, so maybe combining with those we can be sure. Because again, like it doesn't need to be tilted many like degrees to any side, and it's already like throwing off the measures by multitude of centimeters. So for that reason, I think it will be interesting. Just tape on another level. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I do have like some like construction tape, so I might actually do that. So we'll just have to stick with another level then. But yeah, I'm assuming that will be on Tuesday. I also noticed there will be at the current forecast. I don't know how much we will trust the forecasts going forward, because they've lied to us. They've lied to us once, so you know that's when you lose trust, when you've been lied to once. But yeah, so I don't know if we can trust those forecasts, but they were saying that it will rain the whole Thursday. But if I then order another delivery of gravel, for example, on Wednesday, and I could then use the whole Thursday while it's raining to just move the gravel back and forth. Because again, inside the Avant machine, it doesn't really matter whether it rains or whether it's sun is shining, or so the weather doesn't really matter inside there. Actually, it might be even nice, because like in direct sunlight, it's again, like I mentioned, it's extremely hot inside there. So for that sake, it might be even better if it is a bit rainy weather. So we'll see. Because like I mentioned, we need a lot more gravel than we have right now. Because if we want to do the whole 40 centimeter thick layer, I think we need, well, I did calculate the amount, but I think we need like 5 or 6 full loads of like 40 tons. Because I think I calculated it being like 200 tons or something of that gravel. So if we have now gotten one delivery, we'd need like 4 more. Avant is a miniature greenhouse. It actually is. It unfortunately is, yeah. With how there is no air conditioning inside it, and how it's mostly glass, like the exterior inside the cabin. So that is actually not too far from the truth. I wonder if you could like just plant some stuff on, like if you put in a tomato plant or something on the bench there. Only move it when you need the machine, if it would be thriving in there. Maybe it would, like, I would assume it would be too hot for it even, so you probably need to open the window for that to thrive. But yeah, I'll just have this drinking break, and I guess that's all for today then. I don't think there was anything I was supposed to do other than this. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. It's also a very Finnish thing to skimp on something like air conditioning. Like, no, I don't need that. Yeah, my father was like laughing, because he was like saying that, I think I was thinking that when it's a warm day, I'll just go and enjoy the weather. I think that's like what his reasoning was. Like when it's like a really hot day, you shouldn't be working out. You should be enjoying the hot weather. So like the Finnish summer, like if at some point you will actually have a nice day, you might as well just just sit outside and enjoy it, instead of like working on the machine. But the issue is that it doesn't need to be like a hot weather, since it's like you mentioned, it's a greenhouse. As long as the sun is shining, it's pretty much sweltering inside there. So yeah, unfortunately that's not the case. But yeah, the biggest issue is that you can't get them like afterwards. Because if that would be like possible, I think my father would have already immediately gotten it like after installed. Because I don't know, I think he mentioned that it was like maybe 2,000 or something when he ordered it. But I think like even if it was like double that amount, like afterwards, I would also like help him pay it, I think. Because I again would like enjoy working in it if it was air conditioned. And if it's a nice day out, I won't just need to use it. It's not something that actually like can be used here when we're trying to construct the house. So because again, like if you're trying to use the Avant days for only when it's raining and everything else when it's sunny days, I don't know if there's enough days in the summer that we get any building done. But yeah, some of the things that we could like also make and do like progress is putting the lids on top of those barrel thingies there. But we'll see. There's like no rush to make it. I guess the one thing that would help would be to like protect them sort of, because then like less stuff would drop into them. But I think the lid on that thing, the middle one here, I think it has like holes in it, because that's for like rainwater and stuff between the buildings to go into as well. So I think for that one it wouldn't really like prevent gravel from going inside. Although it depends on like how large are the gaps on it. So maybe it would still do something. But yeah, so yeah, that's the that's the story behind the Avant machine not having an air conditioning. You can get them with an air conditioning. So although I think my father said that this current model he has, so there's like different sizes. So if you're like thinking of ever buying an Avant machine, there's like I think at least 8 different series. So there's like 1 series, 2 series, 3 series, 4 series, etc. So similar like BMW has that. There's like this 1 series and 2 series and all the way to like 8 series or 7, maybe 8. I think there's like 8 series as well. But yeah, so it's similar to those. So I think in this 5th series that this one is that my father has, I don't think in the like the newest models, I don't think they even have the option for air conditioning, which is weird. I don't know what happened there. But in like the larger models, I think they still do. But yeah, that's the story behind the Avant being a greenhouse. But yeah, Elina has been, so my girlfriend has been wanting a greenhouse here, so maybe we will start with having the Avant machine just parked in there, and she can grow in some vegetables inside the Avant machine while it's not in use. I think my father would enjoy that, like having all the dirt and stuff inside there. Like, yeah, we were just growing potatoes in there, don't worry about it. some tomatoes and potatoes. But yeah, again, I think I need to decide on what do I do with the Tuesday again, because like I mentioned, I will be streaming then. For sure, I need to be here to make some progress. So, but the thing I'm thinking is that whether or not I should again meal prep something, and if so, what would it be? Because I think I have like tomorrow to do those, maybe tonight even, but at least tomorrow I would have like ample time to get that done. But like I'm still like internally struggling with the meal prepping and also like the lunch breaks, because god damn they were slow last week. Was it last week or the week before? Anyways, because I just like laughed when we were here with my father. I think it was on Thursday that we went for a lunch. No, it was Friday. So we went for a lunch, and then we also went and bought more of those rubber seals, because we were like missing more those on those rainwater pipes, and it still was faster faster than me eating alone inside the caravan, because that took us like hour 15 minutes or something total. And when I was eating there alone in the caravan trying to like entertain you guys, it took me like maybe 1.5 hours or almost like that. At least the same amount, like hour and 15 minutes was before I was like finally out and about again. So that's the that's the biggest issue we have. It's when I go for lunch, how long it takes. But then on Wednesday we have Shemhan Foraki here to like help us. I think he said he has something on like the middle of the day, so he will go and drive there for hour or so. I think maybe 1.5 hours. But we'll see if we have a lunch at the same time. So if we like time it so that we would first go to lunch, and that would maybe be it. We'll see. Because other option would be to like eat here together and stuff. But we'll see. Because like when I was here first eating alone, I had this pizza I ordered, and I remember him saying that he could go for some caravan pizza as well. So that's also an option. That would be really cute, an Avant diorama almost. Yeah. I don't know if the cute part would translate to my father though, seeing that it's an expensive machine, and I don't think like the interiors would necessarily like having this moist atmosphere of like growing tomatoes etc. in there. But yeah, I can try. I will try and ask that. I'll just throw the idea around, see how he reacts. You just really need to go BRB mode for like 20 minutes and compensate with the yapping later. Yeah, actually that would be the best solution, I think. Because again, like it only takes me like 20 minutes to eat that stuff. Like the whole thing I was eating, it takes me like 20 minutes. As long as I'm not being like filmed and I don't need to like comment on anything. So like 20 minutes of BRB could maybe be the better solution. Because especially if I would then be like driving with the Avant machine, because there's a lot of time to yap when I'm driving with the Avant machine. So I can easily compensate the yapping part later. Because I think like when I'm here alone, there's already like so much more time to yap compared to if I'm like working with someone else. So like even then, like I think there's plenty time to yap. Like even if I do take the 20-minute lunch break as the BRB. But yeah, that actually reminded me I need to set up a like an optional text thingy on the main stream, because like last, yeah, I think it was on Friday then, when my father entertained you guys with the Avant ASMR, I could have had a text there that I'm gone. It's just the Avant ASMR for you guys. But I really want to start setting that thing up then, because I was like, I just go back in and get those rubber thingies, and I think it was the Y splitter that I went for that time. But yeah, I would need to set up that so in the future, if we have similar situations, that I'll put the camera on and leave myself, so I would be able to put in a text that I'm gone for some time, but you can just enjoy the atmosphere. But yeah, there's the neighbor here watching the progress, trying to wave at him. I'm not sure if he's seeing me. Could be someone else, because I don't know if it's the neighbor I know or not. Did you end up doing anything with the security cameras? I'm actually waiting for the. There's a difference, because I have to get the mobile data to work for that, and unfortunately the one like modem I have at the moment on this setup, that won't work with the cameras. So for this modem I'm using right now, it can only do like this USB tethering, so it can only give out the network with via the USB port. And the like the, I don't know what was the called, it was like a network video server something. So the device that the cameras connect to, it doesn't take the internet via USB port. It does have USB ports, but it doesn't like understand those for internet really. Like it cannot take the connection via those USB ports, unfortunately. So I need to get like a modem that has this RG45, those normal Ethernet ports. So I ordered one of those. It should arrive, I think, early next week. So like tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We'll see when it comes out. But then I will set them up. But yeah, that's another thing we could do. Like even before that comes, we can already like place the cameras outside. So like screw them in and stuff like that, make the wires and stuff. So we could also already work on that even if the modem is not here yet. But yeah, I ended up ordering another one. It should also work for this BellaBox setup, because BellaBox also has this Ethernet port. So this RJ45, I guess, is the term for the port. So the Ethernet cable. So I can just like use that in the future, so I don't have to like switch between SIM cards. So I will just use the same one in the future then. So basically had to replace the modem I'm currently using and waiting for that to arrive. So we'll see when that happens. But yeah, actually that was the thing I was like thinking earlier that we could do already, because I'm thinking where should we place the cameras at, because first I was thinking we would place them next to this lid here, so somewhere like here, but I feel like it's so like downwards. I would think I would like them higher up, so I'm thinking now that maybe I put them like on the corners here, because then I could put the cable, I could still like drag along this plate here, so I could put the internet cable behind that plate. So that would be like a possible location. So on like both sides, I could put them there. So that's what I'm thinking. Because there's also the option that I could just like simply drill through here, not having to put the cable from inside this box even. But we'll see. Yeah, definitely have it as high as you can. Yeah, I think the highest would be like on the back here. But for like the cables and stuff, I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing. I guess that could also work. I would only need to like drill a hole like in a side angle so that they would go inside. But for like maintenance and stuff, I would maybe have them on this corner here, so that they would get all the cable and all the wirings through the box. So I would need to pierce it from the sides, because like weatherproofing, it would like be best if only the holes that go outside would be inside this box here. So for that reason, I'm thinking it would be better to put them here on the front up corner here. Also, hello Stegguna. Hello. we are done with the Avanting for today. So you can see the pile has decreased, has shrunk quite heavily. So yeah, as long as it's higher than head height, it's good enough, I think. Yeah, it depends on whose head, but it definitely will be higher than mine. And I'm already quite tall, so so I think we're good. But yeah, my brother said the same, that for like when we start construction, and you know we start like the walls start rising up, it would like make sense for them to be high up for that sake as well. But we'll see, because I guess another thing we could do then is like move paukku, so that when the garage wall starts rising up from here, we could just move paukku a bit backwards, and then we would again like get a better view everywhere with the, because again the main building we won't be building the walls to that until like earliest next year. But yeah, it should have a like a rather nice perspective from the like the angle there, like the corner of the caravan. So that's the spot I'm thinking of currently. But yeah, unfortunately, yesterday I think Nemuli had just ended, like when we were about to raid. Because I did check, and like initially when I checked like who can we raid, there were like two options, so Rikitsu and Nemuli. And then then when I went for my app and like, wait, are they both still alive? And then when I checked, like, okay, Nemuli is not. And then I refreshed the because I'm using Mix It Up for the rating, so I can just check like who of those people that I follow are alive. And then it just disappeared there. And when I went in and checked, and it said that Nemuli had been streaming 3 hours ago and had been streaming for 3 hours, so it was like just as I were ending. Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, we did take quite a long time after you did suggest that. So yeah, we were nowhere near finished at that time. So yeah, it took way longer than I think. How long was it? I think it like 6 hours or so. Was it even longer than that? But yeah, we were there for quite a long time, so that's why I'm happy that we are having a shorter stream today, so so that I can get some rest. And I think I'll go buy a shop, because I think I will do some food for the next week as well. We'll see if I do some meal prepping. I assume I will, but we'll see what kind, because I have no plans at the moment. Also, my brother promised me ice cream when I go for getting all my stuff, because I helped him today and we got him a, like, what is it, construction board kind of thing. It's a filmi vaneri in Finnish. It's like this, almost like an OBS. It's like squeezed wood. Oh, actually, is vaneri squeezed? I think it might be. It could be that vaneri is not, but OBS and stuff is. But yeah, anyways, we got him like a plate of wood for construction stuff. As he has some projects as well. Because it was just like the width and lengthwise, it was just large enough that we could still put it inside the van, so I could take it with me. But those pressure treated wood that we both need, we will have to wait until Friday for. Then I will have the trailer for moving Avant, so I can also use that to get some lumber. Is it going to be Yumu ice cream? Yeah, it's gonna be strawberry vanilla Yumu ice cream. So I think it might be the best one yet, because I remember I've eaten like most of them now. Well, I don't actually even know, maybe there's like a million of them, but I've eaten like four different, I guess. So I actually might be only have eaten like a fraction of them. But anyways, I think that might be the best one. But I feel like each of them that I have said that, okay, this is the best one, and then I went ahead and bought it, and I was like, yeah, it's not as good as I remembered. so we'll see. So yeah, oh, your favorite, yeah, exactly. We'll see if it is my favorite or not, because so far all of them that I've been buying and been like, yeah, this is my favorite for sure, I've been like, yeah, it's not as good as I remember. What? Maybe it was the other one, and then I buy that one, and I'm like, yeah, it's not as good as I remembered. So there's a sort of a loop I'm in when it comes to ice cream. But we'll see. It's good that it's my brother that bought it this time, so I don't have to eat the whole thing and be like, yeah, it's not as good as I remembered, but I guess I'll eat it. Because again, like, of course it is good, but you know, there is this concept of mine that like wasted calories if it's not like absolute like enjoyment. But yeah, it's not too warm, not too warm today. Especially with the wind. I think it's again. I wonder what actually the forecast is saying, what the degrees are for today. because it was just yesterday that I was watching this random Australian streamer, and she was laughing to a friend of hers that in Finland there's this springtime temperature of like 5 degrees and the winter is like 15 or so in Sydney. But yeah, it's 13 degrees and feels like 10. Never had Yumu ice cream. Is it good? Yeah, I think it is. Especially for like price point wise, I feel like it's similar to like Aino ice cream, which is like really good. But again, like it's cheaper than that, so I feel like it's at least as good as Aino is, but again cheaper than those are. Yeah, apparently it's cheaper and better than Aino. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would definitely say so. So I would like put it in there, like on the top S tier of like ice creams at the moment, like one of those tub things. Because you know, like getting any kind of like scone and stuff, those are different. But like those tub of ice creams you can get, I think it's like top tier on those. Like all of the flavors I've had are like top tier. It's just that I remembered like I've had them first at like Elina's parents' place, and I remember that it was like godlike. so so when I ate it, I heard the Warcraft Dota 1 godlike in my head when I first tasted it. But then I haven't had that same happened to me any afterwards when I bought it myself. So either it has to do with the location, or then it's like a drug that you get sort of like used to it. You need larger portions. so so maybe we go back to the schedule 1 again, and it's just ice cream this time. I see. I very rarely get the top of ice cream, and when I do, it's 99% of the time it's Ben and Jerry's half baked. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure if I've had half baked, but I've had plenty of Ben and Jerry's when they are on like sale. Because we like occasionally there's this sale that you get like 3 for 10 euros or something. I think back then we used to take them. Like Elina has those vegan ones, and I have the normal ones. And like I do like them, but I would still argue that it's better than those. I guess it depends, like on the flavor as well, like which one you go for. But I'm a really like a big fan of like a creamy ice cream, so it's really those. It's cookie dough plus brownie, very good. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think I at least have the cookie dough one for sure. I think there might even be like a brownie one I've also had. But yeah, I don't think I've had those mixed. That does sound good. Although I think at some point, like it was either like Ben and Jerry or someone that was copying them that I remember eating, and I was like, this is mostly like cookie dough and not so much ice cream anymore. Which of course is not bad. Like cookie dough is still like frozen cookie dough is still nice, but I was just remember thinking like that there's hardly any ice cream in this in this tub. But yeah, I cannot go wrong with cookie dough. Yeah, that is true. But I feel like for the actual ice cream stuff, I think the Aino and those kinds are maybe better. But yeah, it seems that I'm now turning from being a slow eater to also being a slow drinker, because I think we've been at this for like 20 minutes already at least, if not more. But yeah, I'm not complaining. Keep yapping, and I don't mind. I'm in no rush. Because like I mentioned while I was driving the Avant machine, that like there's this quite a steep like mental barrier to like having like a drinking break when you know that there's only like a few more scoops and you're done. So then when you're done, you can just like relax instead of like knowing that okay, I need to go back. So after you're done, it's like easy to take a break when you know that there's nothing to return to. Not for the day at least. But yeah, I feel like now that we checked with the bottom of my shoe that, or like bottom of my boot, that how much gravel there is, that it does look like there's a lot of gravel, but there's hardly any. Like the layer thickness is like not there yet. So we definitely need more gravel there. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm just curious if the guy could like reverse the truck and get it already to the garage side, but we'll see. It also depends on like how soft it is for him to drive on. But yeah, I'll just have to. Oh yeah, before I forget, I should go and take pictures of this ramp thingy we have going on. So maybe he could then say whether that's possible or not. But I feel like it should be easy. Like surely they go onto like cottage roads and stuff, which are way harder. like also like if you consider like the countryside where like the roads are already crumbling by themselves and they're like made by clay and stuff like that. So I would assume this ramp of ours is like pristine for compared to those. I think the only issue is whether or not he can like turn it steep enough so that he can go between those pipes we have set up there. But otherwise I'm hoping it should be easy enough. If not, then I guess it's still okay if they just drop it on that side there to the main building. Still better than having it outside the building. I'm sure the pros know what they're doing. Yeah, surely. Yeah, I guess it depends on how much of a professional the guy is driving and whether or not he will be asked to do the do it that way or not. But I feel again like it would be any like slower compared to driving to the side of the road, especially now that the side of the road is like all wonky with the gravel bits here and there. I feel like this is more level than the side of the road there. So yeah, let's hope that that's the case. But yeah, I'm more worried about the L-shape thingy, which I explained about earlier, the central heating, since we need to get that extended. So the schedule for that. So when do we get the extensions for those? Because there's still plenty we can do like work before that, but it will be like hard to work with, like when you think about the compacting thing, that if we want to compact it like every 10 centimeters like layers, and we do it for like that side there, but we cannot do this corner here, and then when we start working again on the corner, we like, okay, now it's 10 centimeters, we go for compacting and then add another 10 centimeters, etc. So for that reason it would be nice to get that sorted like early next week. So like hopefully by like Wednesday. Or did the company goof up with the dimensions of the heating pipe, or you ordering? I don't know who's goofed up, because this is like the standard they have. Because that's like because the only thing they have there is that you need to order this. And I said that, okay, yeah, I'm ordering this. And the guy's like, do we need deliver it to you next week? And I'm like, yeah, do that. And then the sticker on it says that it needs to be longer. So I don't know who's done the goofing here. Like, if that's the standard pipe, why is it so short? Like, what has happened there? Like, if the guy like that stuck the sticker next to it is like, yeah, this looks correct. Like, I don't know if that's like the normal case, because I've never seen those before. Like, I have no idea if they're always that like short on both ends. But to me, that is, yeah, it's weird. It's like extremely weird. Like, whoever like put that sticker in there, like saying that it needs to be 1.5 meters this way and 2 meters that way, and then the thing that you're holding is 80 centimeters this way and 80 centimeters the other way, and you're like missing more than half of it. like what happened there? So yeah, I don't know what part of this is the goofing, but I'm also extremely curious who's gonna be paying for it. Like when I asked the guys for like when can we get the extensions, etc., I'm assuming they will bill me for it. I don't really mind as long as we get it sorted. It will be like something that I haven't really budgeted around, but still like we would need to get it fixed ASAP, so as soon as possible. So I don't really mind if they come in and like do something to it and then send me a bill afterwards. But it's just interesting, like, is this the normal routine? Because again, I don't know who could have used that thing. Because again, like with the foundation and stuff, like you can't build it today without the French drains. And like no matter where you place it, it wouldn't be like far enough from the French drain as it is. So I don't know what has happened there. Like who has got goofed or I don't know. Yeah, definitely check your receipt. Yeah, I will have to check like when I asked for that to like I don't know. I'll have to check again like from the online like the documentation, etc., if they have like measures there, like what it should be and stuff like that. Because it could also be that they were like, okay, there's this, we only have this one, so let's just deliver this in there and hopefully while we get more and who knows. But yeah, I'll have to ask them about this, like what's the deal with this. Because again, I don't know how could you use these in any construction, because they are, like I mentioned, at least a meter short in both directions, like for anyone, I'm assuming. Because I don't think you could make a wall that thin that you would be able to avoid the French drain with just the 80 centimeters. If it was like 1.5 meters, and we would already be like on the edge that it would work for us already. So I think like if it were around that height, or like width and then height, it would also work for like I think 90% of the time. But for it being 80 centimeters is way too short for anyone. So yeah, that's an interesting one. But yeah, I'll have to ask about that, and I will send them an email, because I like to do it so that I first send an email with everything about it, and then call afterwards. Like, for example, I can type their email already today, but they won't answer because it's a Sunday. But then I will call them tomorrow, and then I will just reference the email. So I'll just tell them that I actually sent you guys an email. Can you open it and see it? Because then it's like easier for the customer service person also to have something they can for first of all like reference, so it doesn't need to be me yapping on the phone and them trying to catch everything I'm trying to say. And also it's easier for me because then I have the email myself that I can just read aloud if he's not finding it out there immediately and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I prefer to do it, because when I like call a place and be like, yeah, there's this thing, then I forgot half of what I'm supposed to say, and like yammer and stammer. so that's for that reason too, it's like good to have the reference of the email. And also I like in all of these things like construction and stuff, it's better to have them in like written email instead of like, yeah, we agreed on this on phone and you can't prove it either way. So for that reason too, it would be better to have like an email you can see, and if they reply to that, because I can also like say to that on the phone, then when they do reply to me I can just tell them, can you also and like immediately reply to my email with the same thing you just said, so we both have it in written as well, and that has so far worked wonders here. Because unfortunately in construction business here, at least in Finland, I think most people are expecting phone calls. Like when we were asking for people like for the excavator guys if they can come in and like what would they cost and that stuff like that, I was sending emails back and forth, but no one answered me until I started calling them too. So after I called a few of them, we got some answers to the emails as well. So it seems to be that at least you always need to call, but as long as they do then start answering the emails, I don't really mind calling that much. Not that I like being on the phone or like calling random people. Yeah, I had to change my phone plan because the company is no longer paying it, and I was struggling too to remember was there anything special. Yeah, some pro tips. Yeah, I think that's something if anyone here is thinking of like either like even a small scale construction stuff, I would still do the same, that you would have like everything in written. Because again, like if you hire someone like electrical people or anyone, having it in like written is so much easier if anything goes wrong. And like it doesn't need to be something that the person is doing wrong or anything like that. It just could be like whatever, like like times and stuff like that. It's also for your sake, like referencing for yourself, because when you're like something you agreed on the phone and you were like, wait, was it this day or that? So you can always just check it yourself. So it's more than just when you have to fight the people. Luckily we've not have to fight anyone yet, but I think from what I've heard and read from the like many of the construction blogs I've read about this, that it's usually, I think there's like at least one, I don't know if it's reclamation in English, because the reclamatio is the Finnish word for it, but like when you return stuff or like are not happy with the result of something. So I think there's at least one of those coming at some point. We'll see what we'll have to fight with, but I guess that's the average that everyone needs to fight with someone, whether it's like delivery of something or whatever. But I guess the only times we could have fought so far has been the pipe delivery was so much delayed, because it was supposed to be like, I think it was Wednesday morning that it was supposed to arrive, and it finally arrived at I think it was afternoon, like at 1 p.m. or something. Or was it 11? Maybe it was before noon, but still like it was hours and hours later than it was supposed to, and we had like the excavator guy here waiting for the pipes to arrive, etc. So that's the only part where we could have like started a riot, started to fight the people, fight the system. We live in a society. But yeah, luckily, well, I don't know if it would have like achieved anything again, because we've been there at the same place like multiple times afterwards, like doing this and that. So I guess getting in their bad side would not have been a good idea either. So, but then again, I like a few hours of delay. I don't think we could have like thought much about it. Maybe send a invoice of like 1 hour of this excavator guy. Like he had to wait here because of you guys. Now pay us 90 euros because of this. So I guess that would be the only thing. But like fighting for those, I don't think that's a battle we want necessarily to fight. we'll see. I think we could regret it later. So you can bring this up again. So we're thinking of like 90 euros we've lost not fighting that. So you can bring that up when I finally say that okay, we are bankrupt, we cannot continue. If only we had 90 euros we could finish this building. So when that happens, you can come in and rub that in. You can come in and there was this one battle you didn't fight. This would have made the difference here. So yeah. So that's another pro tip. You can come in and rub me. You can come in and rub me sounds wrong. So let's not do that. But yeah. You can come in. You know that. Yes, Kelly, you will remember this. So when I will finally say that okay guys, 90 euros is where this whole stack of cards fell apart, so then you can come in, you can clip it. You can clip it and ship it and just remind me later that okay guys, it went downhill from this one occasion there. Chat will remember that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when we have this 90 euros of bankruptcy, then you can come in and rub it in. Oh no, our budget is ruined now. Yeah, I think that's the last thing. That's the thing that broke it. But yeah, I guess we could also. I'm trying to see again if there's anyone alive that we could raid. We could also again, like as before, we can just end it. It doesn't really. It's no biggie. Just that if there's anyone we know live, I don't think there is, because I think most people, like some of the people that I watch are on like, I think it's TwitchCon in Rotterdam, I think, in Netherlands. So I'm assuming some of them are there. So that's why there's been less streams of like people I'm following. Yeah, they will be back is saying it, like when I'm trying to check if there's anyone that I'm following, if any of them are live, but yeah, no, fortunately not. But yeah, I'm almost done with my drink. It's pretty cold, so I'm not sure how much of the ice cream I'm looking forward to, but I guess ice cream is always ice cream, so I'm looking forward to it, especially if it's the good kind. Like I mentioned, this could be my favorite ice cream. We don't know it yet. It could be, because again, strawberry ice cream is good, vanilla ice cream is really good. So I think those two combined, I think it was a major hit. I do remember that. But yeah, as a recommendation, the Yumu ice cream, the pear, so päärynä, that's also really good. It's a bit synthetic tasting, I guess, like the pear in there, but another thing that's really good is the queen one, and then I think the strawberry vanilla one. It might be the MVP there. You can ask me on Tuesday, because I could report then what was the strawberry vanilla Yumu like. But yeah, we've been at it for over 3 hours. I wasn't sure if we were gonna be streaming for that long. Again, I think I mentioned some parts when I was driving the Avant machine that it's really hard to estimate how long it takes to move a pile of ground, because it's again like hard to estimate how large the pile is. It's also like hard to estimate how much you're getting at one scoop. And then like when you start out, it's like hard to know that okay, if I start scooping this and how long does it take me to drive back and forth. So like all those combined, it's like really hard to estimate. But I guess we've been also like yapping for like maybe 30 minutes or so, maybe longer. So maybe the Avant driving itself didn't take us more than maybe the 2 hours or so. Oh, pear ice cream is my favorite now. I must try it. Yeah, definitely recommend that. I was gonna buy that next because I remember that being really good. And I also I'm a huge fan of pear ice cream, so I will definitely. When a Yumu sponsorship to the stream, I can't wait for that. That would be next thing. Although I have to say we don't have a freezer here, so I don't know how that would work with the caravan having like ice cream in it. But yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work somehow. We'll just get another fridge here. I mean a freezer here. It only took us to remove the door of the caravan to get the fridge in, so it definitely will be worth it to get the freezer in there as well. But yeah, can't wait. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday if everything goes along my current plans. Was the pear buffet ice cream good? It was okay. I don't think it was anything like that, like anything to write home about. Basically, it was okay, but I wouldn't like put it next to Yumu in any way. I think buffet, like those sandwich ice creams, they are like okay, but I don't think they are like all that good. I think they are somehow, the wafer is worse than, for example, the ones that they sell in the ice cream truck. I think those are better. Pear buffet is good too. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I feel like the pear ice cream in that is in the Yumu is so much better, and I feel like the sandwich is better from the ice cream truck. So I think buffet is like worse than the best. I would say, not a bad one, but just not the S tier on either the sandwich, like the wafer thingy, and the ice cream either. So yeah, you will get your mind blown with the Yumu pear ice cream. At least if you're anything like me with the ice cream stuff. Because like the Yumu stuff for me is that it's so creamy. Like it's such a, for me at least, I really like that kind of ice cream. So that's the best. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some ice cream now before I freeze to death. I'm so sad they don't make vegan ones. Yeah, that's where you're missing out a lot. So yeah, you need to stop being a vegan, start eating milk. That's the only way to get Yumu. Because I don't think they, even if they did make like vegan stuff, they would be like anywhere near the creamy stuff. Because you know that cream is the milky stuff, and that's the best stuff. So yeah, no replacing it. But yeah, thank you guys. Catch you on Tuesday. I will post again on Discord all the schedule stuff. Again link the Discord here for those that are not yet there. But it still could not drink milk. You could. It's just your body would get stronger. I'm sounding like an anti-vax people now that, yeah, those allergies and stuff, they're just in your mind. You just don't use enough of those. But yeah, before we get all foil hat, because obviously I don't believe those kind of things. I'm just making a joke here. Good work yet again. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you very much. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. We'll continue with next conspiracy theories on Tuesday. Bye.